Hi there, it's Lucy Brand here, and today I'd like to share with you a practice which has literally changed my life. I know I do say that quite a lot, but there's just so many wonderful practices and techniques out there that really have helped me so much, and then this is definitely one of them that I would like to share with you. Okay, so if you are watching live and you like what I'm saying, then please give me a like or a little heart, that would be great. Okay, so the technique I would like to share with you today is called EFT. This is otherwise known as emotional freedom technique, or sometimes it's called tapping as well. And what it is a technique which frees you from emotional trauma in your body. And what I'd like to share with you is my understanding of how it works and my experience as an explorer, and having tried so many different techniques and practices and practiced on myself, then I'd like to bring you to you the best ones that I've found have really worked. So EFT, I find, works on two levels. The first level being the physical level and the energetic level. So what happens is we tap round our body on different parts and we say a script. But as we tap round, we're moving any energy or any kind of trauma that might be locked in our body. We're getting it moving, and we're getting it from stuck in our body into the outside, into our consciousness, basically. So we can become aware of it. Once we are aware of the things that are holding us back and stopping us from doing what we'd like to do, that is when we can really shine a light on them, heal them, let them go, or whatever we need to do to just move on with our lives. So as you tap round, you might also find that the same as our brain holds trauma. So if you have an incident that's a bit traumatic, you can store that memory. But it's the same to be said for your body as well. Energetically, you might store it somewhere, but you will probably have no idea that it's actually stored in there. So it's another way of releasing things, just stagnant energy or energy that's weighing us down and stopping us from living the life we want to live. And the second level that it works on is the mind. So as some of you may know, we've got the conscious and the subconscious. Now, if you could be doing everything you possibly can on your conscious level, so you could be going to yoga and practicing meditation and doing all these things that help self-care and love for yourself. But if your subconscious is running in the background and saying, oh no, you're not worthy, you're not deserving, or any of these other negative beliefs that are coming up, the subconscious always wins, because it's like you're trying to go forwards, but the subconscious and the hidden text is pedaling the other way behind you. So what we need to do is we need to talk to the subconscious, or bypass it really and go to our inner authentic wisdom, but or reprogram the subconscious so that it's not running a different story to the one that we're trying to have or do in this current state. What I'd like to do is I'd like to give you an example so it's not too complicated what I've said, or it just explains it a bit better. This is a personal experience of mine, and it's based on a material, wanting to purchase a phone, a material item. But a lot of the other stuff I've worked with EFT on have been really personal to myself and things that have happened in my life. So I thought this is a bit more of a light-hearted one to share with you. So what it was a few years ago, and I really wanted this new phone. And it was on my vision board, and it was gold, and it was the latest phone, and I was just really, really excited. And for whatever reason, I had this fear of ringing the phone company and just ordering a new phone. And I felt really blocked, and I couldn't understand what was going on because I've always paid my bills. I've never had any problems or any credit ratings or anything like that, negative credit ratings or anything like that. So I was like, why have I got this, well, in my head, irrational fear that I just won't ring the phone company and order this new phone? So this is when I used EFT. So what I did is I started tapping round, and I had my own script or words that I used. And as I tapped round and the energy begins to shift, and I find that this is also when the magic happens, because it's like I talk to my subconscious, and then it tells me the real story that's going on, or the real reason I'm not doing what I really want to do. So as I was tapping round, I tapped on the, I'm not worthy of having a good phone, I'm not deserving of having a new phone, all these things that, could be possible, but it didn't feel that that was the root cause. And then all of a sudden it just came to me, it said, you're not responsible enough to have a new phone. And I was like, what? I'm not responsible enough to have a new phone? Where did that even come from? What? So I kept tapping round to try and see if I could find a story or if anything came up for me about it. And it did. When I lived in London several years ago, I had my handbag stolen twice, and I was burgled. And in all three, when my handbag was stolen, I had my phone stolen and my wallet and all the rest of it. And apart from it feeling very invasive and not a pleasant experience, my mind had decided that I wasn't responsible enough, even though it wasn't my fault that my handbags got stolen. And also when I was burgled, he took my laptop and everything. And once again, that wasn't my fault. But the subconscious had decided that I wasn't responsible enough to have a shiny new phone. So I was a bit like, wow, this is ridiculous. So then I worked on clearing it from my body and reprogramming my subconscious to say that I am responsible enough. And literally once I'd finished, within 30 minutes I'd rung the phone company, and yeah, my new phone was on its way and it was absolutely fine. But I just wanted to share with you that story of how I had no idea what my block or my fear was or why it was arising, and it had to do with some events that I'd completely forgotten about. So that's why for me, and I've done deeper work with it and issues, I found EFT to be life-changing, as I said in the beginning. So what I'd like to share with you is just a practice for doing it. So I'll give an example, and what I've thought to work on today is one that I know that a lot of us can struggle with, including myself, and it's that being good enough, or feeling that we are enough, or feeling that we are good enough. So what I'd like to do is tap round with you to just give you a sense of what you can do. But I just want to caveat it with something that Brad Yates says, which is if you do decide to tap along, then you're taking full responsibility for your well-being, because stuff might come up that makes you feel uncomfortable. But as I said previously, that's great that it's coming up into the conscious, so you can shine a light on it and heal it. Okay, so what we do is we start with the side of the hand. It's like the karate chop point. And we start with, even though sometimes I don't feel good enough, I deeply and completely love, honour and accept my authentic self. Now, if you even were able to say accept my authentic self, then my hat's off to you, because some issues I couldn't even say that when I was first starting out. So yeah, that's amazing that you've even said that. Okay, so let me do it again. Even though sometimes I feel that I'm not good enough, I deeply and completely love, honour and accept my authentic self. Even though sometimes I really don't feel good enough, I deeply and completely love, honour and accept my authentic self. And then we're going to tap around on the different points. So, and I'll just say whatever comes into my head. Although sometimes I don't feel good enough, I know that this is not the case. As I know that this is just a block that I need to clear. And under the eye, because I know that I am worthy and deserving. I know, just above the lip, I know that I am worthy of love. And I do know that I am good enough. And then it's just, I don't want to say, it's just here on the collarbone, the next one. And this is where I find that I get the most shifts, actually. I can feel it. Also, if you start hiccuping or yawning, that's really good, because it means that the energy is moving and it's working. So yeah. Although sometimes I don't feel good enough, as I'm comparing myself to others, and then the next one's just under here, this is definitely something that I would really like to let go of. Because I know that I am worthy and deserving. And I definitely know that I'm good enough. Because I work and try really hard to be a good person and the best possible person I can be. So I don't think I should believe this story of I am not good enough. Because I don't think this story is actually true. And I choose not to believe this story of not enough. I choose to believe I am good enough. I choose to feel love. And I choose to be open to receiving love and compliments. And I want to clear anything that stands in the way on a cellular level, that stops me from not feeling good enough. Because I am good enough. And I am worthy and deserving. And it's time that I changed this story. And accepted and chose to know that I am good enough. In mind, body, spirit, and soul. And then we just take a deep breath in. And just let it go. I always feel a bit blissed out after I've done it. And then just notice how you feel. Notice if anything's shifted for you. I certainly feel a bit lightheaded, and I also feel a bit warm and fuzzy. Like my heart just feels a bit more open, and yeah, just feel a bit, yeah, warm and fuzzy basically. Now you can change any of those words for whatever you like. So it could be that it doesn't have to be good enough. It could be I'm not worthy, or it could be procrastination. It could be opening yourself to receiving gifts and opportunities from the universe. It could be anything that you could change the words to and then just use a new script. Anything that you feel that you're blocked in, anything the way you're feeling resistance, this is where I would suggest that you do this. Another example actually I did on Friday, I practiced some EFT because I had to drive from my home to my parents' home, and I was doing the drive on my own, and I've recently lost a lot of my confidence with driving. So I did several rounds of tapping before I even got in the car, and then I actually have to say I had a really good journey and I wasn't freaking out or stressed. So you can literally use it for anything. Yeah, I think that's it. If you have, if you've enjoyed this video, or you know anyone that would really find it useful, then I'd love for you to share it with them. If you have any scripts or topics that you would like me to do some tapping on, then please let me know in the comments. That would be great. And if you like this video, please give it a like and some love. Okay, speak to you soon. Bye.